Greetings, Ani, Bonjour, Kwekwe, Tanzi, Scano. It's Catherine and Brian at Moonstarlodge. And we're here with the full moon week reading for Loves All Things. And I'm using the same decks and same layout as last week because this is quite an awesome time. Although this moon cycle doesn't overlap the astrological signs typically, the full moon on June 21st is the beginning of the sign of Cancer. Cancer has another full moon on the 21st of July, just before we move into the next sign. So it's an interesting month with a lot of astrological energies flipping about, and I'm hoping that the solar flares are done by then. I don't know what's forecast about that at this point, but anyway, the decks I'm using are the same decks as last time, but a slightly different layout. I'm going with 8 tarot cards this time, and a different numbers of the same oracle decks, and they're all indigenous, so we're on the medicine wheel again. Okay, Brian, go ahead. So we are looking at the 17th of June to the 23rd. And the full moon is, of course, on June 21st, which is National Indigenous Day, and we're still in Loves All Things. All right. So we start in the east, we go to the south, we go to the west, we go to the north, and I fill in clarifying cards where needed, and then central cards are for bits of information at the end. So we start here in the east of the wheel, and the card is Resources, also known as the Magician. The Magician is a manifester, and this is the energy we all need to recognize that we have. We can go into the dream time, the Nagual, the field of all possibilities, and we manifest with our sacred intentions. So this week that we're in has a full moon, loves all things. We're told we can manifest what we need in a good and sacred way. It's clarified by Wolf. Wolf is the great protector. The spirit wolf here, the totem, has unconditional love. And so it's a great partnership between us, Loves All Things, and Wolf. Wolf was the last animal to connect with the creation of man. It's the one that taught us taught humans how to live on Turtle Mother. So all the teachings historically come from Wolf. So it's our great companion. And as I say, the unconditional love is there. Going to the southeast, we have the Apprentice of Pipes. Basically, pipes are wands. This is again a dance like no one is watching, and just be joyful, be absolutely joyful, because in joy we attract what we want that is joyful. The clarifying card is Make Some Noise. So sing while you dance, drum while you dance, collect with other people to do your dance, so to speak. Dancing is very real, very genuine. It's also a metaphor for whoop up the energy to make things happen. The Seven of Stones in this deck is about having worked hard and beginning to harvest, enjoying the harvest, and preparing for those times through the winter, knowing we'll have plenty. It doesn't specifically have a clarifier, it's just a statement of fact. Moving here to the southwest, we have the Ace of Arrows. So this is new thoughts, new mental beginnings, new powers of mind, and it's very much guided by ancestors. There's an ancestor spirit here helping us with the Ouroboros, making the incubation of whatever this new thing is that we're being given information about to manifest. So the manifesting will happen, and we're getting some new ideas. It is clarified by the Justice card. My apologies to my Haida friends. The Gila Coons, this is the Volcano Woman. So Volcano Woman is part of the ancient origins of the Haida. She's going to make sure that she burns off and removes anything that takes us out of balance and allows us to make manifest these new ideas. In the West, we have the Ten of Stones. This is like the Ten of Pentacles. So we had that card last week in a different position on the wheel, mind you, but it is about having everything we need, and what we're doing is establishing our legacy. So our material wealth, our earthly gains, anything in this third dimension, work, home, marriage, kids, partnerships, what we do and how we make it grow. We're at a point of perfection. And it's clarified by the seer. This card is prophecy. So again, we've got ancestors, we've got the ability coming not from others giving us messages, but from us doing enough ceremony and preparation, especially around the full moon, to manifest and see how these changes are evolving in our lives. Moving to the Northwest, my arms aren't long enough, we have the Totem of Pipes, which is the same basically as the Knight of Wands. This is the eagle. So the eagle is the one who takes our prayers and, flapping on its great wings, pulls the smoke from our pipes and our ceremonies to the Creator. It also has the one, being the one that flies closest to the Creator, has the greatest vision. We had Hawk last week, and we're staying in the bird clans. So here's eagle, and knowing that our visions, where it's very close to seer, are going to be highly influenced by the greatest good for all of us. Eagle is clarified by this plant, Quexamway, the Amabilis fir. This is an evergreen that has blisters on its stems, and these blisters contain antibacterial medicine. It's used topically on minor cuts and scrapes, and the needles are used because they have citrus notes in culinary recipes. So this is a plant to get a hold of for medicine and perhaps prepare and store. Now, if it's not in your region, you can always trade for it or find it online. But if you find it online, please don't use the big sellers like Amazon. Please go to an indigenous community and order from them. They are the keepers of the sacred way of harvesting. So we go from eagle to the grandfathers. This is the same as the star card. So the grandfathers have teachings. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is, because we normally think of the star as hopes and dreams, but in this deck it's a little bit different. So I'm going to read you the grandfathers. Now more than ever, a certain history is becoming important to you. Contact sources of ancient wisdom for fresh insight into your life situation. Honor the ways of your grandfathers. It still is hopes and dreams and health. So please know that. But it's interesting, the card that follows it is the moon card, but it's called the grandmothers. So we have the balance of the grandfathers and the grandmothers. And it's a time to seek wisdom from old wise women. Use the methods of nature-attuned mothers of earth for the venture at hand. Follow your body's natural tendencies. We have this full moon, and the grandmothers are part of that. We don't have to go down the rabbit hole of illusion. We need to be prompted by what is real. So again, we all have support. The clarifier for the grandmothers is autumn and stability. So what we're manifesting here looks like it has a fall manifestation point. So this is now, we're well into nearly the end of June, beginning of summer, so it's autumn before it manifests. So that's 3 to 4 months. So we're going into the middle here. We're going to start with the Judith Pintar deck. This is Earth, the all that is. So it's very interesting because this card is in alignment with the Pentacles card, the Ten of Pentacles. So it's a stability. It's a statement of stability. Our ancestors are making sure we're feeling stable there, so we're not distracted from these new highly spiritual journeys. The ancestor card is the Hermit, and the Hermit is talking a little bit about this Ace of Arrows. There's an alignment there. The Hermit is about making sure that you spend time alone. By all means, dance, make noise with friends, but spend some time alone and really go deeply for the wisdom that's going to surface for this Ace of Arrows. The totems here are, in the north we have grouse. Find your rhythm, honor the synchronicity, spiral into your potential. So grouse will beat their wings on the ground. The opossum is have a plan, use common sense, honor the strategy that works best for you. So opossum will help you when you're in your quiet time, manifesting here with the Hermit. Now what's a little bit cheeky about the moon card here, the full moon in Cancer. Well, there's actually 2 full moons in the sign of Cancer. The 21st of June is the first day of the sign of Cancer, and it's a full moon. On the 21st of July is another full moon. In the middle of that is aphelion, around about the 6th of July, where the sun is the farthest away. So there's very dominant moon energy in this period, and that's certainly in alignment here with the grandmothers. So this is an interesting month. You can flip the camera, Brian. Once again, I suggest if you really want to think about this reading, take a screenshot and compare the two, last week's reading and this week's reading, because it's such a pivotal month on such a number of levels. I'm going to be doing that, taking, I have the pictures of each of these and I'll be keeping them. I don't keep all of them because if we kept every picture of every card spread we ever made, it would just, blow out the terabytes there on the old machine. Yeah, sorry, they were just talking to me there. So we all need to pull up our spiritual pants, and I will leave any other pants jokes aside, but this is amazing opportunities, and there's a lot more spiritual resources, guides, teachers, angels. You have to remember, angels are not Christian. They are pan-cultural and trans-theological in nature. So we get help from them too. Lots of ways that we get help. All right. If you enjoyed this, please feel free. We welcome when you send a coffee. Like, subscribe, and do leave a comment. We appreciate it. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful summer solstice. Aho.